This is sick.
Why? We're consenting adults
Yeah,
here.
well, I don't know what I'm consenting to.
Nothing. I'm conceding defeat.
No, you aren't. That I'd recognize.
You're the most exciting woman I've ever met.
Why?
Sends shivers down my spine when you can't accept a compliment.
You know, something is very wrong here. And if you give me just a minute, I'll figure out what that is.
Nothing is wrong, Julia. You'll stay on the case, and so will I. We're both professionals. That's what we're trained to do.
I think the fog is lifting.
In the courtroom, we'll clash like warriors. But at night, we'll lay down like the lion and the lamb.
Oh, my God. You're bored with me.
You haven't been listening.
I have too. That's it. You're bored with me. 2 lousy months, and you're already looking for strange things to do to bring back the romance.
I'm looking for ways to tear your clothes off, so shoot me.
Some men come home one day and want to try on their wife's underwear, or for some reason think it'd be amusing to be chained to the bed, or dressed in leather, or spanked with a silver hairbrush.
Love's a two-way street. I'll try anything once.
For you? I know what makes your blood race, what makes you stamp your foot like a stallion. Arguments, that's it. That makes your little horns perk up when you think about that. I know that. It's your one and only aphrodisiac, Mason, listening to yourself talk.
That's not true.
It is, too. You would love it if they would institutionalize conflict. To have and to hold, to bargain and to quibble. From death do us part.
You want to know what makes my blood race? I'll tell you what makes my blood race.
Aha!
Classical music.
Full.
Proust.
Liar. You want to be locked in mortal combat for the rest of our lives, which is why you won't quit this case and why all of a sudden you don't want me to, right?
Well, so what?
Well, so what? So you think the sparks have gone and you think this is the only way to get it back.
I adore you. I'll let you grind my face in the dirt. I'll let you wear my underwear if you want.
The blue pair? Forget it. Our vocal cords will be gone in a year.
Julia, will you stop it? Nothing's gone. Nobody is bored here. I love getting along with you. I love pork chops and domesticity. I love not getting along with you, too. What further proof do you need of my devotion?
Get Pamela to get another lawyer.
You don't really want me to do that. You're as competitive with me as I am with you.
And now?
That too.
We will not let this influence our home life. We will not discuss this case. Once we get inside this door and outside this door, we will adhere to the highest principles of forensic decorum.
Goes without saying. You are too beautiful.
You may pounce now. Hurry. Morning.
Beautiful morning. Wonderful night.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you. Now you're up early.
Well, I had a lot to do. Juice?
Thank you. Such domesticity. I could have gotten breakfast, you know.
No. I wanted to do it for you, but I won't get into the habit, don't worry.
Heaven forbid.
You know, you may be right about something.
I usually am. Were you referring to anything specifically?
Well, I don't think that because we are on opposing sides of the courtroom that it has to influence our home life.
Or our bedroom life.
Well, I wasn't being quite that specific. Toast.
Thank you. But you're right. From now on, our job is going to have to be to not let our bliss in the bedroom interfere with our performance in the courtroom.
Well, that's a cinch.
Didn't take you long to come to that conclusion.
Well, of course not, darling. Just because I behave a certain way here doesn't mean I have to behave a certain way in the courtroom. Besides, I know that I'm going to stop Cece and Pamela's construction of the country club dead in their track. Eggs?
Thank you. You know, your self-assurance is one of the things about you I've always found irresistible.
Well, it's easy to be self-assured when you are sure that you're going to lose the case.
Except that you've made one fatal miscalculation.
Have I?
Yes. I'm surprised you overlooked it. Because, you see, once I have argued and presented my case with the fervor only a son can muster for his mother and father, then you and your clients are going to turn up losers.
Ham?
Samantha go back to sleep?
Yes.
I'm amazed that she sleeps so late.
Who do you think was crying at 5 a.m.?
I didn't hear a thing.
I don't believe you.
You're upset about something.
I'm not upset. I'm annoyed.
I assumed that it was something I said.
We discussed this particular issue in a very civilized manner.
As I recall, it was rather spirited discussion, resolved when we entered the bedroom.
I'm not talking about that discussion. I know it's surprising that both of us find ourselves on opposing sides in the courtroom, but I thought we were professional enough to handle that.
Well, if you don't feel capable, maybe you should just withdraw from the case.
I feel capable. Believe me, I am talking about the ground rules here. The ground rules that we decided we would not talk about this case in the house.
Then why'd you bring it up?
Because you're not being fair. Because you're using this time in the house to undermine my confidence.
Julia, I'm not going to let this case come between us. Look, why don't we take a couple of days off early next week? We'll drive up to the wine country, maybe check into one of those revoltingly quaint little bed and breakfasts, and shut out the rest of the world.
That sounds revoltingly quaint, but we can't.
Why not?
Because we have to go before the judge, and I don't think your parents are going to appreciate it if you don't show up, and I know that I'm not going to leave Kane and Andrea high and dry.
Well, I think we'll be able to go, because I'm sure the judge is going to rule in our favor before the end of the week.
There you go again. You're being subversive, and it's not funny, and you're not going to win, because I know for a fact that the environmentalists are going to win this case.
You don't have a prayer. You don't have one argument or statute to support any of your claims.
Yeah, well, I've got 6 judicial decisions already to cite as precedent.
You have 2, and neither of them is relevant.
They're all very relevant. How did you know? You went in my briefcase.
I did not.
You did, too. That's the only way you would have known that.
Your papers were spread all over the coffee table. I was just looking for a magazine.
How could you be so low?
Julia, you left them right out in plain sight. It was so obvious I thought it was a trick.
I'll bet you did. Did it ever occur to you that I trusted you?
Now, what are you doing?
What's fair is fair. You saw the beginning of my case. Now I'm going to see the beginning of your case. It's locked.
Is it? Force of habit.
Listen, you never lock your briefcase. What's the matter? Didn't you trust me? You think I'd stoop to your level?
It's not a matter of trust, Julia.
Really? Then what is it, Mason?
It's a mistake, Julia. Look, I'm sorry I locked my briefcase. I'm sorry I looked at your papers.
I cannot believe I was so foolish as to leave this stuff out here for you to look at.
I can't believe it either. You really have 4 other precedents to sign?
I think we should just stick to our agreement. And I think that we shouldn't discuss this case.
Fine.
Fine. Me, that you have the nerve to do this. Well, I don't know why that surprises me, because you've done this kind of thing before, and you probably will continue to. Oh, my God.
What's wrong?
Mel, you know Victoria's friend?
What, he finally got arrested?